Hi, it's Dr. Zachary, and I'm the developer of Handmaster Plus. We're going to take a little break from our countdown of proper hand exercise and grip strength training because, of course, the world's been interrupted with the coronavirus. We're going through a lot. There's a lot of unknowns, of course, a lot of uncertainties with jobs, businesses, health, what's in the future for our families, and just for our cultures in general. I did a video several years ago, and it was called Stress Balls Cause Stress. I think it got about 50,000 views, and it was received quite well. It wasn't very controversial. And it said basically that if I take a ball, which is generally considered a stress ball, back in the day before we brought a lot of this information to light, if someone took a squeeze ball, a stress ball, and just squeezed it, we've talked many times about that's a hand closing exercise, and really not even a very good one, because the 9 muscles that close the hand really are halfway closed before they even start. So it'd be just like taking a bicep and starting here and just doing this. It's not a very smart exercise. So that was what was commenting on that. People accepted the concept of a stress ball for so many years. They would grab it and squeeze it and think somehow that treats stress. It does stimulate a wee tiny bit of blood flow, but like we talk about, it's just like saying that this is an arm exercise. It's not. There's many muscles that control the arm, and to get maximum blood flow and maximum lymph drainage through an arm exercise, we of course have to exercise all the many muscles that control the arm. That was my comment as far as a stress ball goes. If I'm doing nothing but this, the first thing we do is we misunderstand the hand muscles. 9 muscles close the hand, 9 muscles open the hand. And we also misunderstand grip. 9 muscles close the hand, 9 muscles open the hand, and also 9 muscles in the forearm control the position that your hand is in when it grips something. Okay, so why do I give you all that information? Well, if I just take a stress ball and squeeze it, it's not doing very much. In fact, it is causing muscle imbalance. It's causing the thumb to shorten, the fingers to shorten, the carpal tunnel to collapse, and the elbow and forearm to actually shorten, because the 9 flexor muscles of the hand dominate the 9 opening muscles. So that's why I said stress balls actually cause stress. That was my point. The other thing is, if I go through a small range of motion, we know from any exercise, if I do a small range of motion, say with my shoulder, if I take it through a small range of motion, I'm going to stimulate very little blood flow. The same thing, if I just squeeze this and call it a hand exercise and say that's going to relieve stress, I don't know how it could, because you're going to stimulate very little blood flow, very little circulation. So fast forward to Handmaster Plus. Why we developed it was very much with the focus of athletes to begin with. I saw a lot of imbalances on the athletes, on professional golfers. I was playing professional golf myself, just on mini tours. I never made my end goal of the PGA Tour, but I did learn a lot about a sport that repetitively grips. All the mini tour players that I traveled with, almost all of them had some kind of repetitive grip imbalance. The most common one would be the elbow. I squeeze these muscles all the time, and my elbow support muscles are contracting in one static position. I'm never opening and spreading. So I saw a lot of elbow problems, but I also saw a lot of finger and thumb problems, carpal tunnel problems, and wrist problems due to that same imbalance. So that gets to today's talk. What does that have to do with coronavirus? Well, it's generally talking about blood flow, and thus from blood flow we're going to get lymphatic flow and lymph fluid drainage. Now the lymph system, which is moved mostly by exercise, is kind of like your body's sewer system. It takes some of the bigger toxins and byproducts, bigger molecules, and removes them back into the venous drainage. And that's what keeps us healthy. The lymphatic system also takes care of immunity, but the flow of it is just, I think of it all the time as a sewer system. We want to keep that flow going. Once our sewer system backs up, our house gets toxic, okay, but our body's house gets toxic as well. So what does it have to do with hand exercise? Well, the lymph ducts are located really just at the top of the arm, base of the neck, where the lymph drainage drains back into the venous system. I don't know if I'm showing it very well, but we'll have lots of information on this. I had people telling me for many years, I'm doing the hand exercise and it's feeling better for my carpal tunnel or for my tennis elbow or whatever a joint or body part they were looking to stabilize. But they also started to say, you know, I'm feeling better too. And that always confused me. I've got a lot of stories that I won't go into, how we came up on the idea that we're increasing blood flow and increasing lymph drainage. Let's start now and I'll show you the Handmaster Plus exercise. So we have a ball and finger cords that attach onto the thumb that go through the ball. Very simple concept, but it's a way that I can resist all the natural muscles of the fingers and thumb through closing and opening and spreading. Okay, very, very important. So now, through full range of motions, I'm strengthening the 9 muscles that close the hand, 9 muscles that open and spread the hand. Okay, so not only am I getting strength, balance, better performance, better stability, but I'm going to stimulate 18 muscles with one continuous exercise. That means I'm going to increase blood flow and I'm going to increase venous and lymphatic drainage. When I do that with the upper extremity, I can't help but stimulate venous drainage back towards those lymphatic ducts. And if those lymphatic ducts are working properly, we're getting lymph fluid flow back into the venous system, and that's how we're going to keep that sewage system working properly. So the concept that we have left hand exercise kind of for dead for so long, I believe has to do with our general health. I'm giving away some of the top 10 countdowns here, but I want to talk to people about that, about if they're feeling stress or they want something to do, you're going to have a little bit more time on your hand. Handmaster Plus is going to help you a lot to stimulate that upper extremity blood flow, lymph drainage, and help to move that sewer system. So I encourage you, I know that it's hard to get supplies. I know we're low on them ourselves. You can look at, we're in thousands of pharmacies throughout the United States if that's where you're at, so you can check there. Of course, online you can look at our product at handmasterplus.com. You'll see some other places where you can get it. I know that so far with Amazon we're still available. But let's look at these things. At the very least, during this time, and really for your future, I encourage you to get those hand muscles strengthened and balanced and maximize the blood flow and the lymph drainage of your upper extremity. That's going to help the lymph ducts, which drain your brain and drain your entire body. And when we have the lymph draining better and the sewage system draining better, we're going to have a better way to take all the stress chemicals out. Of course, the best concept is to prevent stress. Let's take a deep breath through this time and just think about our family, think about our needs. But definitely from here on in the future, I want you to really consider making hand exercise one of your daily health habits. Also encourage you to go back, join our top 10 countdown. We're on 5 through 1, and now I've given a couple of secrets away, but I thought it's valuable to tell you this right now. It's a simple exercise, anybody can do it. Thanks for joining me, and good luck to everybody as we head into this basically new world and new culture.